in person since I hopped on the back of your Harley, shooting that story at the RNC in Cleveland. So it's nice to see you again. Welcome back.
Thank you, Brooke. Nice to be back.
So when you hear the president just there saying he feels like Harley is, using tariffs as an excuse, that he feels like they're surrendering, are they?
Well, Harley's had some problems for some time now. They were slipping and sliding back in 2007, well before the last recession. They were talking about moving some of their factories out of the country even before Donald Trump was elected. I think this is an excuse. We're not very happy. Harley-Davidson needs to remember the people that put them in business and the people that kept them in business. It was the veterans and the blue-collar Americans, and it would serve them wise to remember that.
So you stand with the president. You stand with the president on this.
By all means, our president is trying to give us an equitable just a resource here so that we can get an even playing field here. And for Harley-Davidson to suggest that this is the reason they're going to move over, I myself ride a Harley-Davidson, but I'm certainly not married to my Harley-Davidson. Again, it would serve Harley well to realize that the biker community, the veterans and the blue collar, that they are one of the most patriotic group of people in the world, and that they're going to stick by our president. We know he's doing what's best. He's going to shake things up before he can make things, give us an even playing field, and we couldn't be more proud of him. Now, that being said, Harley-Davidson was formed in 1903. The Indian motorcycle brand came on in 1901, so they're not the only players here in America. The Coke and the Indian under Polaris, they're the Coke and the Pepsi. The Harley and the Indian are the Coke and the Pepsi.
But let me jump in, and I understand there's Coke, Pepsi, there's a few other, but those are the two biggies. And I think your point is so important, though, about how, the folks who love Harleys, that is, blue-collar Americans, a lot of veterans. And what I'm wondering is, and I know you said you ride a Harley, but if the price of a bike goes up, and that's an if, would you mind paying more if that means buying American?
Well, we would certainly like to save our money so we can take our families on vacations or we can make our quality of life better. But
so
at
the
end of the day, the biker is a patriotic, and they would like to see the job stay in America, and we'd like to spend a little bit more money to know it's American-made. The president is right on here, just as he usually is, and we're going to support him 100%.
So here's the other piece of this. When you look at just the financials, Chris, last quarter, this is what Harley was saying, their sales have been down already in the U.S., 12%. They've been up in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Latin America. I mean, it isn't the heart of this, and then you add the tariffs to it. Harley is saying, sorry, but, whatever this tariff war is, it's impacting our bottom line, and that's the part that counts, and so they're just acting on that.
Yeah, but by the same token, they're not really thinking outside the box. For instance, the Indian brand has embraced the flat track racing. They're trying to figure out ways to entice the millennials to get on their motorcycles. Harley-Davidson is slipping and sliding to some degree because their demographic is say 53 to 65, okay? And so as those guys are starting to retire, they're not attracting that younger market. And the only way to attract that younger market is to put a smaller engine in there, to make it a little lighter, and to make some of those bikes a little different. When I was a young man, I rode on some Hondas and some Suzukis myself. But as I got older, I enjoyed the luxury of the heavier, faster, and just more maneuverable Harley-Davidson according to the age and so forth.
Big picture, Chris, because of the tariffs, and we're talking about Harley-Davidson today, and their need, they say it's really their bottom line for moving production overseas. What if more companies go the way of Harley-Davidson, leave America, cost American jobs? And I know you're a Trump guy through and through, but how is that making America great again? Would you continue to support Trump?
Well, we certainly would all agree that under the leadership of Donald Trump, the trend has been bringing jobs back to America and keeping jobs from fleeing from America. I think this is just as an exception here. It happens to be to affect the Biker for Trump movement and the bikers across the country. But I don't see this as this. I see this as really kind of helping even the playing field here, where it'll maybe give Indian a little more opportunity to get their brand out there and to show America what they're made of. They're an American-based company. And that being said, Indian has been farming out their parts and their labor to foreign countries for some time now. This is nothing new. They were talking about leaving America way before Donald Trump was elected president. And to put this on him right now is really just unfair. Harley Davidson was one of the first companies that Donald Trump brought to the White House.
I think they've been there twice. I think they've been there twice. No, I know. And again, he is saying for now that they're using the tariffs as an excuse and surrendering. And I hear you loud and clear that you are siding with the President of the United States. Chris Cox with the Bikers for Trump. Thank you very much for coming on and sharing your opinion on that. It matters. Thank you.